We're going live.
And we're live. Good morning for the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We started without y'all. Like, we have been laughing and giggling all morning long. We've been crying all morning. We've already started without you, but we'll try and catch you up. Welcome to the Angel and Tina Morning Show with our fabulous guests, Zondra Evans and Felicia Lopes, which we're gonna friend Felicia right now so she can join the watch party with us. In fact, I don't even have my phone in front of me.
Oh my
Girls, we've just been playing all morning.
Listen, Angel and I got on at 9:30 and she's like, I gotta show you something. And I was like, what? And she goes, let me share my screen. I'm like, what happened? You got us another good speaker?
Yeah.
Zondra, you'll appreciate this. Tina's press release dropped and I was showing her distribution report, and we did a Google search for Miss Tina Torres. So if you do a Google search for Tina Torres client retention or Tina Torres gratitude specialist, because there's a lot of Tina Torreses out there that had some little more advance on their PR.
Yeah, there's a judge and then there's a porn star.
Right.
That's
so we got to bubble up. Our Tina. But yeah, her screen was out there and she's like, oh, it's ABC and NBC and CBS. She started crying.
Oh,
sugar booger. Fox, ABC.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I was like, oh my God.
It's the best thing ever, isn't it?
Crying, and then the wizard behind the curtain came out.
Yeah, Jay is back here.
I was like, Jay.
Morning, Jay.
It's making me cry.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
It's all.
I know that feeling, though. I promise you, I know that feeling. Like, right? Oh my God.
I mean, she was just scrolling all CW, all of these. Like, I was like, and she was like scrolling and scrolling. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
It was very exciting. So I had it on the screen. So when she popped in, she's like, what am I looking at? What is that? I'm like, that's all you. That's all you.
All you.
Scroll, baby, scroll. Scroll, baby, scroll. Oh.
I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
We've already been laughing and giggling, crying. We've had the whole gamut.
Okay, but I have to tell you what Tina has been doing to warrant that. So I mean, Zondra, you are a superstar, and Felicia, we're going to hear all about how much superstar you are. But Tina, she is our rising star. Right? She is coming on board, and during the pandemic, of course, when everybody's freaking out and kind of pulling back, all, present company excluded, that she launched her business. She published her book. It became a #1 new release. She started a new program. She started her speaking business. She started a website, got her membership site up. We've done these Connect Summits. We're getting ready to do our 4th virtual event. She started a morning show. She's launched a side hustle. Like, the girl is on fire.
Fire! I love
Superwoman.
Yeah. So instead of doing, a press release for everything, because she's been so busy, we kind of put it all like in one juicy.
But this press release, when I was reading it, I was like, oh wow, who is this person?
Okay. So Tina, she's like, wow, like, this is really good. So this week now, Zondra Evans was awarded, I don't know, actually I can't tell. She got an award. I'm not gonna steal her thunder. But
but here I go.
She's a big deal. She's now an award-winning TV producer, by the way, right? We're going to put that in there, an award-winning executive producer, and you'll get to know her. So, but we're also nominating her for this other award. And so we're filling out the application for that. And she calls me and she's like, whoa, you make me sound so good. But I don't even have to make you what are you doing? Let's put it in words. Let's put it in a release.
I think especially like women, after we're going through things and we're doing things and somebody stops to say, this and this, and you've done this, this and this, you're like, I have done that. dang. Like, you know how when you wrote your list, right? You know, and you're like, oh my God, I just got all this. I can't believe I got all this stuff done. But just the day before, you and I were both talking like, you know, I feel like I haven't gotten nothing accomplished. And then you wrote all that list and you're like, dang, I've gotten all this stuff done that I would have probably gotten in a year.
A year's worth of activity that we have all done during the last couple of months. And we beat ourselves up, right? Not enough. It's not enough. I need to do more. I need to do more. Right? Felicia is launching a brand new television program, right? She's got
a channel. It's an actual channel. A whole channel.
Not just a show.
Not just a show, a channel. So there will be many shows on this channel as part of the Zondra TV network, which I am so excited to step into this streaming platform. You can't even imagine.
We are super excited. And you're right. Like you're just such amazing women, all of you, right? We're just doing all, you know, incredible things when at a time when I think a lot of people are scaling back and they're holding back. You're starting a whole channel, your whole channel. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of kismet though, you know, because my background is in Broadway producing and general management. I worked on such shows as The Lion King, Chicago the Musical. I was 10 years with the Drama Desk Awards as its general manager, which basically means it's like the second largest theatrical show in the country next to the Tonys. So I was really in there in the thick of things in New York. And in 2014, I get a phone call that no one wants to get from my elderly mother. And she basically said to me, I got leukemia. I've been the one who's been traipsing all over the globe doing different shows, different things like that. And I said, I have to put that to a stop. And I noticed that a lot of my friends after the age of 40 years old, all of a sudden their lives also changed because elderly parents, empty nesting syndrome, what do I do with the rest of my life, the whole 9 yards. And the main thing that I realized more than anything is that we as women over 40 have to reinvent who we are. And so I literally started a completely different career path when I literally moved back home to my hometown of Dallas, Texas, which is where I'm located now, taking care of my mom because she has leukemia and she's over 85 years old. So I basically had to redefine who Felicia was. And I realized that there were many, many, many other women doing the exact same thing in a different circumstance. So that's how my company, Busy Gal, came about, because I'm a busy gal.
You are a busy gal. And I was gonna ask, as you were talking about New York, like, how did you meet Zondra? But now you're back in Dallas. So imagine the universe like collided the two of you together.
That's right. And it was a great collision.
How'd you meet Zondra?
Well, let me see. Zondra, I feel like I've known her forever. It was sometime last year, this time, and we were introduced by another associate, Terry Toomey, who is actually on the Zondra network as well.
Who isn't? I'm telling you.
So I've known Terry for a while because she was part of my crafting of who Felicia was for this time. Because coming out of New York, you know, it's coming to Dallas, it's a very different way of life here than it is in New York. So I had to figure that out. And Terry was part of it. She introduced me to Zondra. Zondra was the big sister I never, ever had, because I've always been this big sister to everybody. And I tell her that all the time. And she opened this opportunity and my eyes up to an entire scope of the entertainment world that I never even knew was available. Through Roku and everything.
Yeah. Zondra is.
That makes you feel good. Like,
it does.
I'm like, people's lives.
Hey, that's legacy work. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on my legacy.
You are absolutely working on your legacy. It's amazing. Okay, so Zondra, it was so cute. She's like, she's my big sister. I'm like, Zondra's my baby sister, right? I just love like working with Zondra. Zondra, are we going to have Terry on the show? Is she going to be? Are we going to feature her? Because I don't think she's on the list.
But I would love to feature her. So can we do that? We'll do that maybe next week sometime.
Yeah.
She would love to come on. She's doing a really huge movement with entrepreneurs on the move and really making some, some strategic moves in order to really change the landscape for entrepreneurs. So yeah, I think she'd be great to be on here.
Yeah,
I think she would. Absolutely. Okay, so you all have been doing like a whole lot of sitting around doing nothing during the pandemic, it sounds.
Oh yeah, absolutely nothing. I can tell you
that the people who do nothing and the people who are like out there just hustling, like up early, stay up late, building, launching. I mean, just you're out there, and that's how most of our circle has been. So that's good.
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing I can tell you is that in trying to launch this channel, what I'm so excited about is the fact that we're able to touch 3 different types of audiences. The first audience is going to be for businesses and to allow, especially small businesses, less than 5 to 10 employees who want to get out there. And we have a platform to be able to build a small show for them on this new channel and through Zondra TV, which is really exciting. The second thing, I want to be able to do something that is a little bit different because I had come from an entertainment background. One of the key reasons why people don't ever really produce out of Texas or in the middle of the nation, normally it's LA or New York, is because of the distribution aspects of it. And so what I want to be able to do is to create a distribution channel through this Roku streaming channel, similar to how Netflix and Amazon have and Hulu, but starting very small, specifically with programming for women entrepreneurs to empower them. And so it'd be kind of like a nexus of just great films, great television programming, from dramas to news programs to documentaries, all on this platform. And it can be done through this. And that is what is so exciting to me. And then the third, obviously, for the audiences. The audiences can turn around and just simply subscribe to Busy Gal TV, and next thing they know, they'll be having an entire streaming platform. They can watch different shows.
Yeah, right. And I know Zondra is leading the way. She's, when we talk about digital streaming, in fact, I'll let you describe it, Zondra. Right? It is, I think, when the phone book, probably what the phone book did for businesses, like way back then, it opened up all these doors, how they could get in front of, it was dropped off to everybody's house. It was like probably one of the biggest game changers for exposure that had ever come, to a small business. And now I think just as huge for them. Of course, it's not going to go away like the phone book, but I don't know if that's a great example or not.
I don't know if I have a phone book still.
But when it came out, I'm sure they're like, you want us to do what? And we're going to have this, and you're going to, I'm sure they were so confused, and it was so innovative for its time. And I think that's what's happening now is here's something so innovative and people are like, what, how? And Zondra, you do a beautiful way of describing that.
Well, here's the thing. Streaming is actually the way that people are ingesting information today.
Absolutely.
There are, cable cord cutters every single day, because who is waiting until 9 p.m. to watch their favorite show? It's just better when I can watch it and it can be convenient for me. So this is a really individualized consumer kind of platform. And we also know that streaming means that I can look at 2 or 3 different things at one time. I mean, look, we're on Zoom and we're streaming to Facebook, and somebody else can be doing LinkedIn. So it's a platform that I think we as small business entrepreneurs are not even thinking about. And it's the biggest residual income earner and possibility for a small business. it really will make a difference in your business.
Yeah, that's where, hey, Zondra, that's where when you say that residual income, they're like, wait a minute, how?
Wait,
like, how does that work?
That's when you like pique your interest, right? You're like, wait, residual income?
Yes, I can
residual
actually make money
income.
at
Residual
this.
income is a good thing.
Okay, so here's what I want to talk about, because I think that we need to reframe our mindset and do some reverse engineering.
Okay.
I'm going to call it reverse engineering this morning. I don't know, it's been a long week. But if you think about it, a lot of people are doing tons of work, creating Facebook groups, people joining your Facebook group, and then you are constantly doing work for them, but you're not being paid. Facebook groups, as an example, should become a benefit, and you should have a subscription service on TV. So you subscribe to see my content. I can have a talk show. I can be the authority figure on my own platform. And then as a benefit, you get the Facebook group, you get discounts, you get different things. But that revenue just comes month after month. So I just want y'all to think about $10 a month times 500 people. How much is that? Ooh, wee.
Isn't that something you asked me a couple days ago?
Oh, it's a lot of money.
How much is that, Tina?
Right, I did. I asked you that. I said, so how much money is that, Tina? Tell me again, Tina. Because that's really,
I mean, a couple of weeks ago, she was like, just think. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever thought? And I'm like, right?
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We're leaving it on the table. I'm telling you, the early adopters of streaming are the ones that are really going to win big, because we are going to shape and form how small business does business.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And you truly are. Okay. So let me read your bios so we can get to know you both just a little bit better, introduce our audience to you. I'm trying to think, like, what is going to be like the best? Do we want to start with one of the shows that's on the ZTV network, or do we want to introduce the ZTV network and then one of the channels that's on ZTV? Zondra, what's going to be best for highlighting ZTV?
Okay, just highlight ZTV. The spotlight really is on Felicia. I'm just here to fill kind of some dead air.
Feel some dead air.
I'm just here feeling dead air.
Yeah,
I don't think
Felicia is going to have a whole lot of dead air. Well, then let me do this. Let me tell you about Zondra, and then I'll tell you about Felicia, and then we'll just spotlight Felicia, and we'll let Zondra fill in the dead air if there is.
We'll let Zondra just take us all home.
Okay. Right. Well, let me give you Zondra's bio, because this woman truly is, she's a superstar. She's the executive producer, the award-winning executive producer of Zondra TV Network. We call her ZTV. It's a global multimedia platform. ZTV is an affordable global marketing and advertising company that leverages TV streaming platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Chromecast to showcase small business platforms and provide them global exposure with a potential reach of more than 200 million viewers and users. Those are some serious numbers. They're currently televised on 7 different streaming platforms, transmitting in over 12.5 million homes. She's a best-selling author of the book, The Power of Investing in You. She's also the co-author of Moments in Life, A Caregiver's Story, and the co-author of Impact, Life, Leadership, and Legacy. She's shared the stage with top influencers and speakers such as Sharon Lechter, Forbes Riley, Mark Victor Hansen. She's the chapter president for I'm Possible Women's Empowerment Collaboration. Her work includes I could go on and on and on. She's an absolute star. But what you need to know, she has a global media platform for you to create even more exposure, leveraging the most trending, most used platform right now. If you want exposure and you want to be visible, which is what I talk all day long, you need to be on ZTV Network. So that's what I have to say about Zondra. Okay, we'll have her fill in the gaps. Right. She's doing all right. She's doing all right. Right. And then one of her producers of a brand new channel being featured on the ZTV network called Busy Gal TV is Felicia Lopes. She's the former Broadway general manager and producer, 10 years GM of the Drama Desk Awards. She's the owner of Busy Gal, which is an empowerment of entrepreneurial women over the age of 40. Her new channel is getting ready to launch on ZTV, programming for the empowerment of entrepreneurial women. And she says we all need a second chance in our second chapter of our life. Felicia, we're so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you
I
very
love
much.
That quote.
Which
all
quote?
Need a second chance
in the second chapter of life. That's exactly what I feel. I feel like we all have to redefine ourselves and we have to reinvent ourselves completely because of the fact that society, there's so much ageism out there that when women are trying to find jobs, normally what happens is that they look and see about how many gray hairs we have, or we don't look distinguished with gray hairs. That's why we take out stock in Clairol kind of thing, you know? So the reality is that we have to take back our power. And I think the fantastic way to do that is to open up our own business, our own side hustle, our own whatever it is that brings in money into the household. And so what I try to do through Busy Gal is to empower, train up, educate these women who are my clients, and we put them through everything from an entrepreneurial platform that teaches them online how to be successful entrepreneurs. And what I want to do with Busy Gal Television specifically is to create a holistic, if you will, integrated approach where they can just bathe their minds in the encouragement of films, of TV programming that actually encourages them to step out on faith and build their own business. I mean, it's kind of like what Netflix just did, this Madam C.J. Walker program, and they have another one now called Steel Magnolias about women going into business for themselves. These are the types of programs I believe that are going to earmark the future, especially for us women, and especially for us to be able to take our voice back. So if you can imagine how 100,000, this is what my goal is, 100,000 women out there going into business for themselves over the age of 40 can change the dynamic of a culture. And I think that is going to be something tremendous.
Oh.
Well, I think mic drop.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Right.
That's it. That's what my goal is. And so I want to be able to help.
What kind of shows do you envision having on your channel? What kind of shows do you want?
Because of the fact that what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to encourage filmmakers, television programmers, all these different types of people who in New York and LA who do not currently have a format of distribution to come to Busy Gal TV, and who fit, as long as they fit that holistic ethos that I've been trying to tell you about, women, encouraging women to become entrepreneurs. I want them to come over with me. Let's work out a deal. We're going to put you on the air. I don't care if it's it's syndicated programming, films, as well as interview format shows, but anything and everything that can be streamed on the streaming format, which is, as you know, anything. We're literally creating a distribution hub, if not even like a film studio, if you will, but somehow to be able to have it distributed through Busy Gal TV on the Roku platform hosted by Zondra Television. That's what my goal is.
Zondra, when you started,
a gold mine.
Look at this legacy that you have created, like the women and the programs that now have distribution on Busy Gal, but thanks to the network that is the ZTV network. Did you have any idea you were creating something so impactful?
I should actually ask you the question, like when we started, no. So the answer is no. But Angel, I have to say that, faith without works is dead. And so for me, it's a faith walk. It's continuing to be a faith walk. This is not what I had called up, to be my journey. I accepted the call to this journey, and it's been amazing. It's been hard. Oh, it's been hard. We've talked about all the hard times and we still talk about them. it's hard, but to really create a landscape where entrepreneurs can actually dream again and
That's
it's
right.
affordable and you can actually have a major global distribution and make money doing what you love. That's a beautiful thing. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it's beautiful.
I think my new
love your
favorite word.
passion for your work, your passion, and it just comes out in everything that you do and everything that you say. Your passion just speaks to everybody.
I think my new favorite word is distribution.
Right?
Really, but it's the truth.
That's my
Most
new
people
favorite
outside,
today.
most people outside of the New York and LA film television communities, they really don't have that. That's the thing that was just mind-boggling to me, was when I came back to Texas. There are so many amazing filmography units, such as videos and studios, all of that. But the thing, it doesn't make a hill of beans how much you film and you make the product. If no one is watching the product, it's like if I was producing one of my shows and I didn't make any wherewithal to get it sold on Ticketmaster, and I had no one coming to the shows in New York, that makes no sense, right? It's the same thing, because all the distribution is in New York or it's in LA. It is not anywhere else realistically. Right, so if we can create something here in Dallas, this to me is a gold mine.
Felicia, you are so correct. In fact, I reached out to Zondra just last week. I've got somebody who they've made a film. They've got this major motion picture. No distribution. They didn't even think about. Like that wasn't even part of the plan. And you're right, Zondra. We create content all day long, every day. If we're doing Facebook groups, if we're doing lives, if we're doing videos, we are creatives, right? We truly are. I never thought of myself as a creative, but we are creating. Now the next step is now distribution and exposure. Like you can't get exposure if you're not distributing. Even this press release this morning, Tina's like, how did we get that? It's distribution.
That's right.
ABC, Fox, CBS.
Don't you love it?
Well, and now one of the things Zondra and I were talking about, how excited we are, right, for those logos, this ABC, NBC, CBS. But Zondra was right. We are not waiting until 9 o'clock or whatever the news. We go and consume it when we want on streaming.
That's right. That's why Netflix is so popular right now, because we turn it off, we can turn it back on.
That's right.
What we want, we can binge watch what we want.
That's right.
You see, so we're going to change the dynamic of what are those logos that small business want to really be featured on. It's on these streaming networks.
That's right.
It's not so much about the traditional platforms. It is now these streaming networks where people can consume it when they want it, right where they're at.
And you know what, Angel? Part of our business process early on, we did this like over a year ago. We created a logo that says, I've been featured on Zondra TV Network. And the reason why we did is because of that. You need to be saying you're featured on streaming technology, because that's going to be the wave of the future. People are going to be like, okay, you were on ABC, NBC. Okay, it's still good. It's still good. But what streaming technologies have you been associated with? That question is going to start being asked, and we have to be able to answer the call.
You bet. You bet. And you're making that so possible, Zondra. I love it. Okay, so you're actually releasing a bunch of new programs coming out in the fall. When do we first get to see? Like when does Busy Gal? What is going to be the launch? What's coming out first?
Well, Busy Gal is the first show that's going to launch is going to be called Reinvent You. And Reinvent You is about as I said, the empowerment of women over 40, simply because of the fact we have to learn how to reinvent ourselves. So from there, what we're going to do is that we're going to probably be interviewing people. It's still in the formation stages, I got to tell you. We're going to probably be interviewing people, because I became a life coach as well, because I could see that women needed this, obviously.
Can I stop you for a second, Felicia? Because what you just said is so profound. You don't even know it, right? It's still in the works. She doesn't have it all figured out, all buttoned up, and she's not waiting until she's like, I'm jumping in, and we're
not waiting
figuring
to
it
announce
out.
it. She's not waiting to promote it. She is saying it's in the works. But
That's right.
This is what I know right now.
That's brilliant.
It.
That is brilliant. Because so many people will wait. They're like, I don't know. And because you took the leap, like, we'll figure it out, like the how and like what all that, we'll figure that out as we go. And that is what puts you at that leadership, right? In front of the wave, being that business first responder of taking action and figuring it out as you go. So continue. I just wanted to point that out, how brilliant you are.
Thank you. One of the things that I have to tell you is that I've learned in my life, okay, which is well over 50 at this point, that I can tell you that you will know how after you know why.
The how, the
how will come after you know why.
Yeah.
I know why. I know that the Busy Gal Manifesto is to empower women, 100,000 women over 40 to own their own business. That's what I want. And so I know the why. Now the how, that's immaterial. It'll figure itself out. So the bottom line is that Reinvent You is all about working with women and working with other coaches who are also helping women to reinvent themselves, finding the stories within that, because people don't listen to, the 1, 2, 3s. They listen to the heart. They listen to the stories about how women overcame situations. So those are the things that I'm really interested in. And so the bottom line is that show's probably going to launch sometime at the end of this year, early next year, and around the winter of 2020, spring 2021. But we're putting all the bells and whistles together to get that off the ground. But that's when that particular show is going to launch. And I'm looking for other shows, obviously, that fit the world of the Busy Gal.
Well, ladies, we have 2 gals that have commented on the Facebook about a gal's got a documentary film about encouraging women in vulnerable communities. She's like, she has a 17-minute film link she wants to send to you. Avis also has some film strips that her late brother wrote, which are amazing. She would love to take to the next level. Ladies, distribution is the word of the day.
That's right. That's exactly it.
And you know why it's so much the word of the day? Because I gotta chime in here. I have colleagues that have maybe a channel on Roku. But what makes us different is we're not on one Roku channel, we're on 3 different Roku channels. We're also on Amazon Fire, we're on Chromecast, we're on Apple TV, we're on Comcast cable too. So our distribution is so huge. I mean, we've just been really fortunate to have that kind of distribution. Most people are on one channel or one Roku station or one thing. We're on 7 different ones.
And that is amazing, because any producer producer or a filmmaker or anyone else who wants to come on board with us, we have the ability to give them a platform of nearly 200 million viewers could potentially be watching. That is humongous.
It's humongous.
That's ginormous.
You're going to need a bigger word. You're going to need a new word.
Ginormous.
You are right. You are not playing small here. Every time I talk to Zondra, she's like, now we're here. Guess who I'm talking to? Guess who we're working with? Guess who we're partnering with? Yeah. Right now we're this, now we're that. We're in front of distribution that's going to be your middle name, Ms. Zondra. Zondra Distribution Evans. I'm going to call you. Right? You want distribution, right? Don't go with somebody who has one channel. When we were hosting our radio show, right? We were hosting out of Denver, Colorado. And we were super excited because, we started streaming on social media. Yeah. Like, that's the thing, right? And then we got the call from a company in Dallas, based out of Dallas. Y'all think big in Dallas. I don't know. There's something out there.
That's right. Big D.
Y'all think big, right? And they,
everything is big in Dallas.
Everything is big in Texas. Everything is big in Texas.
syndicated our show to take it national, and we had distribution. And truly, if you've got content, and we all do, right? We're all creating these Facebook Lives. We're all creating this content. We've got content that we're using for our our digital products. We're out there speaking, right? All of that is reusable, right? And we're just throwing it out, playing at this level, right? 200 million homes, 7 different platform channels, 12.5 million. What was the 12.5 million number?
Million homes. I think it's more than 12.5 million homes at this point. That might be a little old, but
that was
probably more than 12.5 million homes at this point. So, and that was really for Comcast.
Was six months ago. I think that was the number, right?
But here's a great statistic on Comcast cable, which is archaic, y'all, but it's all good. I'm in Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, and Delaware, and every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., over 200,000 people watch our content.
Wow.
Wow.
Zondra, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, I guess simple. Just go to
a paper and a pen. Give them a second, because
grab your paper, grab your pen, right? Let's take some notes.
You can just go directly to ZondraTV.com. ZondraTV.com.
Idea, and she goes, and you're like, oh.
Okay. So I have to tell this story. So when I first started speaking, right, one of my very first ever workshops that I went to with the Small Business Expo, I was speaking. I was at the last slot of the day. I was in one of the last spots of the day, which is just fine because I was brand new, right? And in my room at the end of the day, it was the end of the day, there were not very many people that came into my workshop room. And I'm talking about exposure, I'm talking about media, and I was still doing my radio show here in Denver, Colorado. And at the end of it, there was one person. I'm like, okay, so who wants more exposure? Who wants to work with a media coach out of Denver?
It was dead.
Right. And there was one superstar in the room who came up to talk to me afterwards. And she's like, Angel, I've been here all day. And all day I knew I was going to come in and see your talk. And I was here with a bunch of girlfriends, and they all left. They were all done. They were all left and wanted me to go with them. But I said, no, I'm staying because I want to hear this. This is what I came for. So her friends abandoned her.
Yeah.
And she chose to stay and hear me speak at the end of the day. And we locked arms, right? That was over 2.5 years ago. And Zondra says, I want to speak. I think I have a message, and I want to get it out into the world. I want to speak. I want to get it out into the world. How about being featured?
I think I want to.
12.5 million homes as of 6 months ago statistic, right? Over 200 million views and potential audience. She's on 7 streaming platforms. She's got not just her show, because at the time she had Fireside Chat with Zondra, right? Yeah. She doesn't have just her show. She's got a network of channels and shows and programs and distribution, and she is an award-winning executive producer, and she is just getting started. I'm just so excited for you.
Thank you, Angel.
It was just so funny because we just felt like this was, we knew we were meant to meet, right? Like we knew that, but at the time, it was like, I'm just here. I'm doing this thing. Yep. She's just staying. So we had no idea. We had no idea the path that either of us were going to be on. Right. Some of those phone calls we'd have.
God brings the right people into your life at the right times, and it just helps you level up.
Right. But
crying. You know what? And that's why I was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, we were crying, worried. We'd have all these phone calls of, is it ever gonna? Is it ever gonna?
I would say, is it ever gonna? So much that she would be like, Zondra, it's gonna. And I'll be like, sometimes you feel like quitting. I mean, the real deal is you feel like quitting some days, like, when is it ever going to happen?
It sounds to me like your relationship is very similar, Zondra, with Angel as I am with you, constantly saying, is this sure to happen? Oh my God, I don't know what the next step is. This is too big for me. oh, my hair, I'm pulling out my hair. That's exactly it.
Crying.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, really crying sometimes.
Oh, you're just sitting there talking and I'm just laughing because I do that to Angel.
Girl, Angel is an angel. I always tell her, Angel, you're my angel. I mean, I just, we talk about us and nobody really gets to talk about Angel the way she needs to be talked about. Angel is amazing. She's taught me so much. She is the most generous, selfless woman that I know.
Me too.
I
said,
I get lost for words, really.
Authentic.
She's authentic. She's genuine. She's selfless. She gives. She honors. And it just comes back to you, Angel. And you're so deserving for it to come back to you because I know the impact you had on my life and everybody that I run into that knows you. They go, Angel coaches. It's not even an option whether or not we're going to be continuing our relationship when I meet somebody because they're like, because of you. And so you need to hear that today. You're an amazing woman. You're an example of what women leaders should be doing. If we learn how to be selfless and really give, it'll change your life. I know that I have modeled a lot after what you've taught me. Thank you.
Wow.
I tell her.
I love her. I love that thing.
To hang on those coattails of somebody who's a couple streets ahead of you, a couple, cars ahead of you. And I say, I'm holding on tight. I'm holding on tight.
But the other thing is she teaches you how to fly. It's a difference in saying, I'm going to push you out the nest and you better start.
Well, let me tell you,
she kind of not like that. She clips the wings in the right way. Like, okay, come on now, come on. You just got to do a little bit more. She teaches you how to fly. Not a lot of people can teach you how to soar. She teaches you how to fly and how to soar. And that's a wonderful gift. I think it's beyond a talent. It's a gift. It's a gift. God gave you a wonderful gift. And I thank you. And I thank him for you.
Love you. I love you.
You too.
It is one of those things, and we step out in faith. A lot of what we do, we step out in faith. Like we don't really know for sure because we haven't seen it on the other side. We don't really know for sure like what the success is going to look like and the impact we're going to have. But we know we've got to keep going. Right. And push and go and not quit. Right? The only true way to fail is to quit. And we're not quitting. We're not quitting. We might have to find a couple different ways to make this work, but we do. And I'm
crying moments. There might be those, oh my God, is it ever gonna? Moments, that we all have. Even Angel has those still moments. We all have them. And Angel and I were talking yesterday about her. I was just telling her yesterday, you are so like the most authentic person I have met in a long time. Because a lot of people take advantage of you. A lot of people take your money. They don't give you what you're supposed to get. They, say, oh, I'm a coach, but they only want for themselves. And Angel's not like that. And I was just telling her yesterday that you're so authentic and you're so real. And when I met her, I was like, if she can do this, I can do this too, because she made me feel like I was the same as her.
Yeah.
Just telling her, you're just so authentic, you're so real, and I'm so glad that her and I have locked arms to do so much together.
All right, well, y'all have filled my cup today.
No more coffee needed.
No more coffee necessary. Coffee necessary. Felicia, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
How can our viewers get a hold of you? How can they find you?
Well, they can call my office, which is Paper Moment here, 469-941-4669. or they can email me at FeliciaMLopes@BusyGalCorp.com. That's FELICIAM as in Marie. Lopes is LOPES at BUSYGALCORP.com.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on a good call to action for Miss Felicia.
We do.
But listen,
an easy one.
they're in the incubator. And part of the incubator is teaching them how to have the right CTA. But they just haven't gotten there yet. I mean, the incubator is a year long. And so we had to take it in pieces. But I wanted to get them on the morning show before, it gets, past the summer. So we're working on the call to action.
I love it.
We know that we need them, and text campaigns and things like that. Everything that I know, they're knowing through that incubator.
We didn't even talk about the incubator that if Zondra teaches you everything you need to know about producing and getting on digital streaming TV, like everything is included in her incubator. She's the only one on the planet that has this media training platform. So Zondra, how do we get in touch with you?
It's easy, ZondraTV.com. ZondraTV.com. Go check out some episodes. Get a discovery call. It's worth it to figure it out.
Yes, let me tell you.
It's great.
The 30 minutes.
Look like we're fine. Huh?
I just wanted to also add to that. If people don't want to go through what I just said, the whole thing, they can go to busygaltv.com, and there's a lot of information. You can just go in there and learn as much as you can. busygaltv.com.
There you go.
Yeah, we need a TV, right? Like the TV in your name, right? Zondra TV, Busy Gal TV.
That's it.
As the word of the day is distribution.
That's right. Distribution.
Look, hashtag distribution, y'all.
Hashtag distribution.
Because it really is a big deal.
It is. I'm going to call her Zondra Distribution Evans.
Yes.
Right? Yes. It is. I talk about exposure, but where does that come, right? It's distribution. And if you are putting content out, and we all are, leverage that, monetize that, and get the visibility and exposure for that. Of course, you can grab my complimentary media guide, which I think we're gonna do some more fun stuff with some Zondra TV platforms and network, and just bringing you even more opportunities to create distribution. But get plugged in with me. You can download a complimentary guide, complimentary media guide on my website, www.makeyourbigImpact.com. That's Make Your Big Impact, right? MakeYourBigImpact.com, and grab your complimentary guide. Come play with us, right? Yeah. You want the world to say, I wish more people had heard of me. I wish I had a platform. I wish I had distribution, exposure, visibility. That's what we create here at Make Your Big Impact. I'd love to see you guys hang out with us and do more with us.
You guys on those big channels.
Get some logos.
I added 25 logos to my name.
Look, and your picture is going to be about this small, and then every ABC, MC, CBS.
When she showed me that this morning, it was ABC, CBS, Fox, CW.
I'm so happy.
I was like,
Tina, you know what? I didn't say nothing about you, so I need to say something about you. So Tina, you're so deserving. I love what you're doing around gratitude. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. And you know what? Done is better than none. Who says that? And by the way, hashtag, and by the way, you're taking action. So I'm just proud of you for stepping up. I mean, people, the entrepreneurs that step up right now and just say, I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Those are the winners. Those are the people that are actually forming and shaping our future.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Tina.
Zondra, what is this thing that you're doing?
That's it.
I don't know. What am I doing?
She's boogieing.
I'm trying to figure out my best side.
Oh my God, we can't all be
You're so crazy, girl. Oh.
I'm Tina Torres. is the gratitude specialist and client retention expert. And I teach you how to build clients for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans, and increase your cash flow without adding a single new client. And you can get my 7 ways to increase your cash flow by texting the word connection to 26786. Connection to 26786. And I just launched my new connection to client course where I teach you step by step and create your own personalized follow-up system and create that client for a lifetime and build those relationships, have gratitude into your life and into your business, and how powerful that can be. So we are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, and we might be going on the ZT.
Distribution
in the works. Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show at 10 a.m. every weekday, Monday through Friday. And you can come see us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.